real new year, the zodiac new year. It is March 21st, 2023. It is the first full day of Aries season. Aries season began yesterday evening around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and now it is 8:41 in the a.m. I'm getting ready to get my day started. Yesterday, for the New Year's Eve, going into today's new year, I started off with a new workout regimen. Shout out to Sweets, who helped me work out yesterday, and we're going to do it all again tomorrow. So yeah, I'm already in gear. Aries season and fire signs initiate and inspire. So if you are a cardinal sign like Aries is, you initiate things. You initiate the spring. Today is the first full day of spring. And it's actually only 60 degrees today. It was like 50 yesterday, but it was sunny. Today it's sunny. The birds are chirping outside. Beautiful day. I'm ready to go. Even though I have a sweater on, it's off the shoulder. Now, if you are a fire sign, especially Aries inspire. Fire signs are always, especially Sagittarius, are always talking and helping people through things and pumping them up, especially Aries, because Aries not only initiates spring is not only the first season, spring is not only the beginning of the real calendar, because nothing can be new in the winter and the dead of the winter. So now that everything is starting to grow again and come out and raise up, this is definitely the new year. That is why we are celebrating New Year's today. All right, so Aries season again. The degrees down. We know the moon is still in Pisces until about noon today, and then it'll be in conjunct with the sun, which means we have a new moon around noon today. They both will be at 0 degrees in Aries because the moon is currently in its last cycle. The moon is ending its cycle that it's been in for a month, but it's entering a new cycle because the new moon was in Pisces last month, and now it's going to be in Aries this month, which means it's a new cycle for the moon as well as a new cycle for the sun. We have Chiron and Jupiter still conjunct. We have Mercury in there. Mercury just entered Aries this past Sunday, I believe, or this past weekend. So it's around 1 or 2 degrees. We still have Saturn that just entered in Pisces. And then we have all these things that entered in Venus. Venus is actually about 4 degrees with the North Node now. So it's conjunct the North Node. We're talking about a lot of conjunctions. So a lot of blended energies. Let's go back. The sun and the moon blending their Aries energy with initiating things and inspiring us to get together our emotions and inspiring us to start a new beginning. Inspiring us to, because Mercury is starting its new cycle in Aries. Mercury is inspiring us to get new information and check out the information we have. Chiron is starting a new, even though it's been in Aries for a few years now, Chiron is starting us healing with this new information and this new cycles. Jupiter has been in Aries. It's getting ready to actually move into Taurus next month. So it's moving a little faster. It's beyond 16 degrees, I think, now. But Jupiter is starting a new cycle in Aries, which is expanding on all these things, expanding on our new cycles, expanding on our new information, getting an abundance of information, luck, expanding on our healing. All these things in Aries are inspiring and initiating things, so keep that in mind. Everything in Pisces is wrapping up. Saturn is wrapping up its restrictions, its limitations, especially since it just left its 2 ruling signs, Capricorn and Aquarius. We have Pluto over there getting ready to enter Aquarius in 2 days as well. You see it's at the 29th degree still. So in 2 days, big changes. We're already having a big change. Like Cash trying to get into a plastic bag. Anyway. And then we have Neptune that's still going to be in Pisces for a while because Neptune and Pluto are the slowest moving planets. They deal with the collective the most. Neptune is giving us all these illusions and delusions, so watch that. Saturn is coming here to restrict some of that, but not yet because they're nowhere near each other. 1 degree, Saturn just beginning, Neptune is at the end of it, but there will be a huge conjunction actually when they both move into Aries. That's another story for next year. But Pluto is going to be entering Aquarius in 2 days, so we'll come back before today's, probably tomorrow, and talk about that. Last thing I want to talk about before I get to work and enjoy my New Year's Day is all the things in Taurus. So Venus represents and is ruled by Taurus. Venus rules Taurus, excuse me, I'm sorry. Venus rules Taurus, and it is the planet of love, beauty, and finances. So expect good things, because once it's in its ruling sign and it's at home, it can get all the pleasures and desires that it wants. All the five senses are nurtured. So the North Node is our destiny. We are moving towards new finances. If y'all didn't know, with the banks and all those things closing, the dream is over. The illusions are over. Saturn is now in Pisces. And Saturn is actually, everything in Pisces is sextiling, which is compatible energy. Sextiling these things that are in the first degree of Taurus. So Saturn is sextiling Venus as well as the North Node. Oops, sorry. Now, the North Node being in Taurus, the nodes go backwards, so also the South Node is in 4 degrees as well. We'll have to talk more about the nodes switching by the summer, but the North Node conjunct with Venus is going to lead us to those new finances and finances that we really do want. Now, this is individual. Venus is an individual planet, so it deals more with the individual. So if you have Venus in Taurus or Venus in Scorpio, even the opposition sign, or if you have Venus in Libra that is ruled by it, or any of the fixed signs, expect your finances to go in the right direction. Uranus will shake up some things. There's nothing really aspecting Uranus right now, because Uranus is in 16 degrees. Nonetheless, once Saturn moves towards that, once Venus moves towards Uranus, which will happen in about another week or two, because Venus moves through signs about every 3 weeks, expect some unexpectedness. Expect, what is that word I just used? Expect some unexpected happenings with Venus being conjunct Uranus in a little bit. So Uranus is already conjunct the North Node, and since it's moving away, that was a while ago, but Venus will be coming and conjuncting the North Node in about a week, and we'll talk about that too. So, just conjunctions as usual. You see the upper half of the wheel of the zodiac is totally empty, unless you are talking about the opposition signs of all these signs down here, which would be Scorpio for the things in Taurus, which would be Libra for the things in Aries, and which would be Virgo for the things in Pisces. Capricorn, Cancer. Mars will be moving into Cancer soon, but by that time, Pluto will be in Aquarius, and there's nothing in Leo currently. Mars will be in Cancer by the end of this week. I took the degree off because I needed it, or I don't know where it is actually. But Mars will be in Cancer soon, and that will be trining everything in Pisces, everything that's a water sign, because Cancer is the first water sign. And it will be squaring everything in Aries, because Aries and Cancer are both cardinal signs. So look out for that coming with Mars soon. Mars is actually the ruler of the sun and everything in Aries right now, because Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. To wrap up, because I just said what I said, Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, and because all these things in Aries are like having all these things in Scorpio at the same time. Aggression, impulsive, dominant energy on the rise. Now, masculine energy, as I said on my TikTok recently, masculine energy is a little too prevalent on this earth, and we could use a lot of balance. So these things in Aries could use a lot of Libra energy. So always remember that whatever sign things are in, you always look at the opposition sign for some balance, especially Aries and Libra, because Libra represents how we relate to each other, and Aries represents how we start as individuals. So, in saying all that, let's balance out these energies. And we'll talk more about that later, because I gotta go to work, y'all. Peace. Y'all have a wonderful new year, and happy Aries season to all the Aries. Peace, y'all. I just wanted to point out, as I sit in traffic, that I am on a new phone. So I've lost a lot. I had 30,000 videos and pictures, y'all, screenshots on my old phone, and it just conked out yesterday. And I got back about 5,000 of those. videos, pictures, and screenshots. So sad day, but new beginning nonetheless. Wanted to point out also that just saw an accident, so be very careful, because again, we're in Aries season. It's aggressive and very impulsive out here, especially if you have Aries placements and Scorpio placements, anything ruled by Mars. Lastly, I failed to mention when I was talking about Jupiter in Aries, the last time we began Jupiter in Aries, because it's in the middle of its cycle right now, like I said, it's going to speed up and start moving into Taurus in just a month and a half. So when Jupiter entered Aries last spring, it was actually last April, it was the day, it was the moment of that staged slap that Will Smith gave Chris Rock, if y'all remember that, last April during one of those award shows. Long story short, where were you last April? You might be revisiting that, or even like mid-summertime when it was around the same degree it was now before it went into retrograde. So just keep that in mind of the new cycles you're beginning and expanding on. I know I started a new relationship last May. Around that time, started a new job. So literally, I've been promoted from that job. I've been in and out of that relationship. I think I'm done. Not sure. Miss So Raw had my heart for almost a whole year, on and off. But now I'm just rechecking the cycle. The next retrograde, actually, also, y'all, before I end this, is the day before my daughter turns 22. It's April 21st, the second day of Taurus season this coming April. So we have been out of retrogrades for a minute, for about 2 months now since the last one. All planets are direct until Mercury, which will be in Taurus, yes, when that happens. So probably retrograding back into Aries. We got a lot of impulsive, stubborn energy right now with things in Taurus, and especially the individual signs. I meant to say that the individual planets, the planets that have to do with us as individuals. The sun, the moon. The moon moves every 2 days, though you all know that. The sun, Mercury in Aries, sun in Aries, Venus in Taurus. Mars is getting ready to move into Cancer, like I said, in a couple of days, but those are the 3 individual planets that are closest to us and deal with us as individual self. So the sun and Mercury being in Aries, really cocky, egotistical energy coming from those 2 planets. And with Venus being in Taurus, could be a little stubborn, but still, because Venus is ruler of Taurus, that stubborn still will get you what you want. Especially, again, if you're a fixed sign like myself, and the opposition sign of Taurus. So I'm looking for better days nonetheless. How about you? Y'all have a great one.